What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. So I was actually just going through Twitch and YouTube, and I found that loads of you are creating videos right now, and I was actually really loving the fact that more and more people are actually excited and just kind of trying to make videos for regarding Aion, either Aion EU NA, or even the Korea or whatever. So I was actually really excited about that, but I was noticing that some of you were kind of having difficulties regarding the user interface, or just how your user interface is set, and also different options which are available down here, in the menu bar. So even if you're like a veteran player or if you're like a return player, I thought, I mean, you can see it like as a guide, I guess. So I hope that helps you out. So first of all, I'm just gonna be opening menu. So in menu, if you are a return player, if you're a new player, whatever, I mean, if you're a new player, you need to be at a certain level to do some certain things. But if you're like a veteran player, even, I mean, of course, it will be easier for you. So first of all, what I'm gonna be doing, and this is for any level, regardless what level you are, you can open these cubicles down here. So those cubicles, actually, what you can do is you do complete certain things in the game, and what you get is you get like some cubes, and those cubes can be activated into your cubicle window. The good thing about this cubicle thing is actually it's for the whole account. So if you have like a level 80 and you get like HP cubicles, crit cubicles, attack cubicles, or whatever, maybe whatever is available in here, you can go ahead and look through it. Depending on what grade it is, depending on that, you are able to get the cubicles. And as you can see already, it gives you a certain amount of bonus stats you can get. So if you create a new character, so if you have like a main character, a level 80 or whatever, who has already collected loads of those cubicles, and if you create a new character, he would benefit from those cubicles as well. Having said that, in Korea, which is really important, they've actually changed this option with 7.0. What they have done is they have bound the cubicles to the character. I mean, there's a reason for that. They didn't just do it for fun. It's basically how they have, progressed, how they have created the system, that new characters would benefit from it. The issue with that, though, is that I mean, when they have created new servers, more people, the veteran players who already have everything on maximum, would benefit a bit more, and they would be like just in general stronger than the others. So that's the reason why they have split it. But as far as I know, European Aion, like Gameforge, is not planning on taking this option over. So if you have like, if you're still active, if you're still working on your cubicles, I would strongly advise you to just go ahead. If you have not done much in this department and you're like, well, I can't really catch up for the others, don't worry. Like, trust me, don't worry. With 7.0, you will be getting cubicles any grade, like en masse. Just if you are active, you get them in dungeons, you get them in bosses, world bosses, you get them at great bosses. Like, you will be, in the end, trust me, like in Korea, my assassin, the one I usually make the videos with, I'm totally full with the cubicles. So usually if I get like, if I'm active for a week, I have in the end like 70 boxes or something, or roughly 70 boxes or something, and I'm just throwing them away because there is no use in that anymore for me. Okay, so this is one thing which is pretty important for you, which are basically the cubicles. Also, what you should do is you should go ahead and you should click on hero trials. So the hero trials are actually pretty amazing as well. I mean, it's saying loading data. So in the hero trials, as you can see at the top, it says exactly what is happening, like what you need to do. Like for here, I have to kill 50 monsters, and for that I would get a reward, and solo also kill 100 monsters and I would get like 5 small Kina boxes. Same thing over here, 1 Cubarian bundle, 6 small Kina boxes, and down here again I've got, I think, the PvP kill quest as well. At the top it also always says that how long, the quest is for. Like, I mean, there are quests for a week, there are quests for, I don't know, daily quests and all that. So this is something to keep in mind as well, because usually you get really useful stuff. Like here you get 2 transformation contracts and also a legendary PvE enchantment stone. So this is something to look for as well. If you're a return player, new player, veteran player, whatever, this is something you should definitely check out all the time. So one more thing is actually, if you go to, it's actually J, it's that area. So in here you will see that you have the magical crafting. As I said many times before in my videos, that sense tapping, if you have it at least at 200, like at 100, you will be totally fine for 7.0. If you don't have it like at 100, what you should do is you should just go to Aion, which is for Helios, and Oriel, I think, is the one for Asmodeans. I'm not 100% sure. Is it? Oh no, it's called Panon. Oriel was the old name, I think. Yeah, no, Oriel is the English name. There you go. So Oriel is for Helios, and Panon is for Asmodean. So just go to those locations, start collecting. There is even in the forum, there's like a guide to collecting thingies. So you should be up to 100 in about a day or maybe 2 days, like, depending how much time you spend in. So that's something you should keep in mind. And also, while doing that, you will realize that if you are doing all the garnisons over here and if you're doing all the kill quests, you also will be getting those morph crystals. So the morph crystals are actually really amazing, because this is like also a feature which you only have on the European servers and the NA servers, which is actually the morph substance option. So you click on that one, and if you just look at the recipes, you should all have those recipes. As you can see, you need those morph crystals to be able to upgrade enchantment stones. So this is something also you should keep in mind for yourself if you're like a return player or a new player or whatever, to just get those extra enchantment stones to be able to level everything a bit faster, I guess. Okay, so this is something you should be doing as soon as you hit level 80 and you start getting some XP, because to use this item you actually have to right click on it. To be able to right click on it, you actually need to use XP, and it just takes a certain amount of XP. But if you're active, if you like doing dungeons, if you like doing all those garnisons and all that, you will be getting the XP quite quick, and you will be able to constantly basically use that in here. Okay, so that's that. I've talked about the morphing, I've talked about the sense tapping. I mean, there's not much to say about the magical crafting. I mean, I did another video regarding that for 7.0. I can strongly suggest you to make it plus, like to, to get that to 300 as soon as possible. Right now is probably the best time to do that. It takes you roughly about 2 days again to plus it. It will cost you roughly about 300 million, 300 to 500 million, depending on the server you are, to max it out to 500. So that's also one thing which you should look out for. Also try to do the Luna dungeons. So how do you do that? You just click on Luna, you click on that option, and then you enter this Luna dungeon every day, and you enter this Luna dungeon every week. And here you can see what rewards you will get. Usually what I do is, if I'm like, I don't know, cooking, if I'm cleaning in my room or whatever, I usually enter those dungeons, because you can do them totally while being AFK. So you just enter them, you just click here, you enter them and do the whole thing, and you get those items. Also, one more thing to keep in mind is to get that every day, this item. This is once free. I shouldn't get more than that, but also check out this recipe area. I believe that in 7.0 hopefully they will improve those recipes over here, but right now sometimes there's a chance that you can see like how much the probability is that you can craft the items. So with here you have 100%, 100%. So with 100% chance I am able to craft a bundle with a premium potion. I don't need that. This is probably not that good of an example, but down here you can see a bundle of legendary PvE enchantment stones. So just to craft that, it's like a 50% chance. I wouldn't go ahead and try to craft that. What I would try to do is check out whatever is 100%. So if you get enchantment stones legendary, either PvP or PvE, for 100% and you have enough Luna, I would go ahead and get those. It's always good to have Luna like 1,000 plus or something. So Luna cost, I don't really know how much that costs, but you pay like 400 coins or something. I don't know how much euro that is compared to that. So I mean, I would definitely strongly suggest you to always top up Luna, to have like enough Luna with you, because Luna is really important in the game. Sorry, I'm kind of hovering over the whole informations because I don't really want to go too much to details. If you have more questions, just whisper them, just let me know in the comments and I'll try my best to reply. So one more thing, that sometimes there's a box in here which gives you 10 million kina, and that box is, if it's 100% and you are desperate need of kina, it's also a possibility. But keep in mind, it's pretty expensive if you use the Luna to get the box. It's kind of expensive, but that's up to you if you want to do that or not. Okay, so also one more thing, for the skin lovers in the group, I would say. So for the skin people, you have the option to put skins in here and to kind of save them for a long time. So I believe the first three will be open for you, but for all the others, you have to pay a certain amount of well, of Luna to open them. So how does it work? If you have like an item, so for example, I've got let's say I've got this item, that one, and I really want to have that skin for it, I would just go ahead and use the skin I want. I would select the item I want to use it for and just click here, pay a certain amount of Luna, and I would just use it, skin it for that. The thing is, don't be shocked with the amount here. The thing is that I have used this item so many times. Depending on how many times you use the same item, the price will go higher and higher. But putting in usually does not cost much. Like, I think it's even free. So this is also one more a nice place to kind of check out for. This is something for more I would say more rich people. Like, I mean, I use it constantly. I mean, I don't want to say I'm rich or something. It's just that sometimes I'm a bit too lazy. So with this, you can actually teleport to different garnisons or different locations. It usually just costs 5 Luna, and if I'm like in a hurry, I have to go to work or whatever, and I just want to complete one garnison quickly, I usually just use the teleportation function because it's easier for me. So this is that, and also keep in mind that there is also this option over here. So this option actually tells you how much Luna you need to spend in 24 hours, like in one day. And if you do that, you will be getting something out of it. So for today, I have spent at least 100. That's why I've got this item and also this item. It resets every 9 hours. So if I would be spending 150 more Luna, I would also get the enchantment stone. And if I spend today 300, I would be getting another PvP enchantment stone. So this is something also to keep in mind. I mean, if I scroll down, you also get those keys. Depending on how many keys you have, you can always go ahead and just use it and get random stuff out of the box. So this is kind of the Luna area, which you as a return player, as a new player or a veteran player, to keep in mind all the time. Again, Gold Sand Shop is another option you should keep in mind. So just open the Gold Sand Shop. If you have enough Kina, go ahead and buy that every day. You don't need to buy this in my opinion, because the price is in my opinion, a bit too high. You should definitely check out that you always have enough shards for the extra, damage. It doesn't matter what class you are. So those shards even work with the clerics. It works with mage classes, like magical classes, and obviously it works with physical classes. So you should go ahead and get those. Is there anything else which could be important? Of course, you got the scrolls. You should get like, I don't know, 1,000 or whatever. So those scrolls actually they're here. If I use the scroll, I can select which location I want to teleport. So this is also something which can be pretty amazing and important. If you want to change your appearance, you actually have to open this window and you click on clothing, and you need to be in Sanctum though. So those two options will only be available after if you are standing in Sanctum for the Ilios and Pandemonium for Asmodeans. So you can just go ahead and get that. If you want those skins, obviously quite simple, just pay the amount of Kina and you'll get that in your inventory. Same with the hats, same with the wings. Okay, so that's that. Then you have the gold ingot shop. I would suggest you should get those 5 per day, because those are the scrolls you will need to transform. Do I have the scrolls? Yeah, I've got another 665 scrolls. So it's always good to get those. They are also tradable. So if you are like, I don't know, a new player and you have some Kina lying around on your alts, it's always a good plus point if you just go ahead to the broker and just sell those scrolls. It's definitely beneficial for you. Also, they have more stuff in here, but that depends on how many gold bars you have. So if you like an old veteran player, it's probably good to say that there is a box in here which gives you a legendary weapon, and there is also a box which gives you a legendary armor. So with 7.0, depending on the version we're getting from Gameforge, there should be in Lacrum, there should be an NPC standing exactly here, depending on the version we are getting. I really hope that Gameforge keeps this NPC in the game. This NPC should give you a full legendary gear and also helmet. You won't be getting any weapon and you won't be getting any accessories. You will only be getting full gear, including a helmet. It's gonna be legendary, and it's gonna be better than the legendaries right now in the game for 6.5. If Gameforge decides to go this route, it would be a good option to start with. If you don't get that option and you still have gold bars and you don't really know what to use it for, I'm not saying do that. I'm just saying the option is there. It's up to you. One box cost 15, so you would need 5 boxes for the full gear. One box for the weapon costs 25. If you want to fuse the weapon, you need 2 boxes. Simple as that. That's up to you. As again, I'm not saying you should do that. I'm only saying if you have enough gold bars, it's an option for you. Same thing with the stigma bundle. If you, I mean, just check the whole thing out. There are certain things like if you have alts with gold bars because the Kina they had got exchanged automatically and you just return back to the game and you don't really know what to do and you just want to make a little bit of Kina, you can also just go ahead and buy this item for 20. It's like basically this one, and you can sell that in the broker for like 7 mil or something. So and it will be definitely sold for 7 or 10 mil. Also every week or something, if you do have enough coins, gold bars, there's also a possibility to get 2 stigma enchantment stones per week, which in the long run it helps you out to get your gear faster to plus yeah, well, to plus 10, plus 15 or whatever. There's one more thing, which is a Divanian skill box. I would not suggest you buying this because the price is just insanely high. Like, I would definitely not recommend this item. What I would recommend to you though is to visit this NPC, which is in Lacrum. He's standing right here. So visit this NPC and buy those items in here. So to buy that, you need Abyss points. You can only buy 6 per week, as you can see, and I'm gonna tell you in a second what you do with it. So buy that definitely every week. It resets every week, every Wednesday, And after buying 6 of those, it costs like 480,000 abyss points. Open the crafting area, which is this one, and this is basically what you need it for. So 6 recipes, you know, for those thingies, and also 100 Genesis crystals. The Genesis crystals they can be obtained by doing the garnisons, the kill quest, or the daily and weekly quests and all that. Continue that with 7.0. Get those wisdom insignias, you know, get the Genesis crystals and craft a legendary Divonian skill chest every week to get that extra skill. Okay, so I'm going to be continuing with the skills since I just started talking about the skills. So Divonian skills, there you go. That's another thing you should look out for. So as soon as you hit level 80, or you know, return player, whatever, open the skill window and, you know, just click on Divonian skills, and you'll notice that you will probably have only those ones over here, and you will notice that there are now type 2, type 1, type 2, and even type 3, and this will increase with 7.0. that you will be getting more skills, and with 7.2 you will be getting even more than that. What you can do is, like, you need to get those skills. Those skills you can obtain them by either crafting this box per week I just showed you, like this one, or you just have to do all the dungeons in, you know, Luck Room in Duma, and there's a random possibility that there was gonna be like a golden Shogu. Kill the Shogu and he'll also drop the box. But that one, if you are in like 6-man group, obviously everyone needs to roll on that till someone gets the box. What exactly are Divonian skills? It's basically an improved version of your already existing skills. So you have like type 1, type 2, depending on what you're doing, like PvP, PvE, I don't know, standing around AFK. Depending on that, you have skills, and I mean, just read the skills and then decide which one you want to go for, because those help out a lot. Also, you have the skill chain, custom skill chain area. What exactly is that? So for the custom skill change, I'm actually gonna be just showing you that. I know I'm already at 22 minutes, but I'm gonna be putting time codes in the video, so it will definitely help you out, I guess. So now I'm gonna be going to that location. So look, I've got at number 2, I've got this skill, which is here. So if I want to create a new one, what I basically do is I take the skills from here, like I just take it and just put it in there, and now I'm able to, you know, select the skill and just put it in my bar to kind of decrease the amount of skills I have. And if I now press on this skill, which on my business, you know, connect, like, you know, key binder to my mouse, it's number 12 basically. So if I press number 12, it does the first skill. If I press number 12 again, the second skill appears, and if I press number 12 again, the next one appears, you know. So that just kind of makes the whole thing a bit better. For example, those skills, like, you know, single damage skills, which on my chanter is probably, the whole area is not that extreme, but imagine being like a mage and you have like a insane chain, or if you have to, you know, try to dot him, or cleric or whatever, it's a good possibility that you can, you know, just go ahead and use those skills, and it will just help you out the whole thing a bit better. Okay, so this is basically what is going on with the chain skills. So one last thing which can be important is if you open the equipment sets area. So if you press P with 7.0, hopefully that's the time when you're coming back, or maybe you're coming back already. You will have 2 options in here. Click on equipment sets, and with equipment sets, what you do, you can just click on reset. Reset is basically, it looks like that, and then go ahead and, you know, Legion Claw, you can unhide it if you want. You can hide like the head basically. So what actually happens, if I click on this button over here, it would just remove my full gear. I don't know, I think I have a high ping right now, I don't even know why, but okay. So it would just remove my gear, what I'm wearing. So what I can do is I can just go ahead and just I'm not gonna, the settings for the equipment have been changed. Do you want to save? No, I'm not gonna save that. So I've got the PvP, for example, and on the PvP I've got my full PvP gear. What I can do is I can select from my inventory area if I have more than one PvP weapon, or more than one helmet or whatever. I can just put everything in there, and I can just have those like those skills in my thing, and I am able to just basically use them and switch around um, with the gear, basically, depending on whatever I'm doing. Yeah, so this is also like in PvP, this is really helpful. Like if you're, I don't know, doing PvE and then you get attacked by the upside fraction, you can just switch quickly to PvP. So this is something you should definitely check out, and you should definitely keep in mind. So this is basically that. Now I'm thinking if I forgot something. I've done this, I've done that. Open the shop also. This is also probably really important. Go to that out tab over here, and then click on, where is it? Where is it? Exactly. Click on Manage Bonus, and on Manage Bonus you will have different options over here. So just click on this allocated rewards area, click on exclusive rewards. You usually get like some good items over here, like I'm getting here 3 Kina boxes, depending on how active you are. If you're doing your daily, weekly and all that, you will be getting certain items, you will be getting scrolls and all that. So this is definitely something to check out as well. And also keep in mind, keep your gold pack to 80 will give you a ton of different items over here. So this is something to also consider, and even the elite rewards are gonna be resetted soon. So if you don't have an already, stock up another 20 gold packs and be ready whenever that happens for the next stage, which is hopefully coming pretty soon. Okay, so I think I'm nearly done with level 80. Just thinking if I've forgotten something. Well, yeah, one more thing, which is the transformation area. If you're a new player, if you're, I don't know, like a veteran player or whatever, this is something to, keep in mind as well, is that open the shop again, go to items, and you'll see special transformation. You can get 2 per week for free for now. So that's also something to keep in mind. And also you can get like after every 30 days, I think it is, you will be getting 40 Luna. So the transformations, I mean, there are videos out there. I think even I did a video regarding transformation. I'm not 100% sure yet. So just go ahead and get those, and if you hover with your mouse over the transformation, it tells you what stats you would be getting. And it's always good to have like a ancient or a legendary. I mean, I sadly don't have a legendary on my main character. I know that's really sad, but hopefully I will be getting one soon. So that's also one important thing to keep in mind. Okay, and the last but not least is also the minion area, which is basically if you click on your minion list, over here you have like different minions. I mean, you can there are good videos out there which you can use to understand what the whole minion situation is. Depending on your class, just try to get a good minion, you know, have him always ready, get your skills ready and all that. But one important thing that many of you seem to forget is actually if you open the minion function, you click on configure function. And so if you click on that, it opens this window. But if you are new to the whole situation here, and if you click on configure function, what will normally happen is it will ask you for 2.5 mil. And yeah, I mean 2.5 mil, that's for 30 days. And you can also have like a automatic extension version. So after every 30 days it will take like 2.5 mil and it will open this window for you. Why is this window so important? You have this option that you can click on auto load, you can click on auto buff, you can even have your like scrolls in there. Let me move them actually. There you go. So I've got my scrolls in here, I've got my buff food in here, I've got my drink in here, you know, and this is like my alarm function, which dedicates that, you know, there are some audience around. You can't see my minion right now. This is gonna be the second half of the video, so I'm gonna be getting to that in a minute, why you can't see my minion. But for now, keep in mind that there's an alarm function over here, and if that is you know, active and your minion starts crying and screaming and all that, that means that Asmodeans or the Elios are around, depending on what you're playing. Okay, so also you have the buff master function. So if you click on that, it buffs automatically the food, it buffs automatically the beverage, and also, you know, gets your scroll up and running, as you can see up here. So how does the scroll thing work? Depending on which transformation you have used last, it will be in the automatic transformation option, which basically means that if I would use this one for now, and if the auto buff option would you know, would be active, it would use that. And since right now I usually go with this one, so that's which was activated, I think. Is it this one or is it Taha? No, it's Taha. But that one is even better, so I'm going to be using that one from now on. Transparency transformation. Okay, so I've used this one now. So now if I remove the cat, it would, wait, is it active though? Let me see. Oh yeah, it was active. So it just, you know, buffed me the cat again. So there you go. Okay, so this I hope this thing helped you a little bit to kind of just get your way around it. I know I was kind of flying through the whole thing. I'm gonna be logging out to the second option. I mean, you can also, if you have all that, just click on collections, have your thing running. Same as click on title and put your title, speed title and all that up. So, you know, just to get to be safe, to get all the extra stats up and running, because I know many of you even know most of the things, but since they just don't check it, they just don't realize that you know, what options they even have, and you know, and that can definitely make a difference, you know, in your playing style and the whole thing, what is going on. Okay, so one more thing I want to mention before I log out and show you the interface option. So right now, as I said to you, that you will be paying 2.5 mil. With 7.0, you won't be paying you will still be paying 2.50, but you can't do that in here anymore. So what will happen is actually you will be opening the gold sand shop, and in here there was gonna be like a stone. It's a blue stone. You need to buy the stone. It costs 2.5 mil, and that stone will actually let you open the whole thing. Now you could be probably saying, well, Philo, what the crap? Why is no point? There is a point, because the stone can be obtained in dungeons, and you know, you can drop it even in open world, so you don't have to pay the 2.5 mil anymore. So that's definitely a plus point, but it will happen after 7.0. Okay, so now it's 33 minutes and 23 seconds. I'm gonna be logging out. I'm gonna be going to new character. I know the video is already like 30 minutes long. As I just said to you, I'm gonna try to make like, I don't know, I'm gonna try to make you know, in the description, I'm gonna try to make like a timeline or whatever for the important bits. Even if some of you want to help me out with that, just put the time code in the chat and say behind that what I'm talking about on that time, at that time, so it will be easier for others. You know, it will just help out. But I'm gonna try to do as many time codes as possible as well. Now let's create a new character. What am I creating? It actually doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna be going with a plate, I think. Yeah, let me create a plate. let me create a female plate because there is a reason for that. Because I already have like saved thingies. How you can do that? You just you create a character, you click on save. You can even like exchange them. You know, I mean, if you press in on Facebook, just type the name, I don't know, Aion group, and or you know, just see if you can find some friends who are already playing Aion, or if you're even online in the game and you're seeing other players who look really good, ask them really friendly and kindly if they're willing to send you those screenshots. You can just enter them into your Aion folder and you will be able to use the looks if you like it. So that's an option. What am I calling myself? YouTube graphics. There you go. So this character is created and he's ready to become the next big. Okay, that was loud. There you go. Okay, so now at 37, I'm gonna be starting explaining to you what exactly happens after you get into the game. So even if you're a veteran player, this can be really beneficial and helpful for you, especially if you're a return player. This would make the whole thing a bit simpler for you. So first of all, there will be a window appearing in here somewhere, you know, explaining to you how the whole game works. It's up to you. If you want to watch the tutorial, go ahead and do that. If you don't want to watch it, there's going to be an option, don't show again. Click on that and close the whole thing again. So what I do, so what I'm trying to say now is I'm not saying that my way is the correct way or is the best way. There is no correct way. There is no best way. There are just some ways which makes more sense. There are some ways which are just more beneficial in general and which are just a bit easier to, you know, understand or, you know, just work for. Depending on your play style, depending on your lifestyle, depending on whatever you want to go for, it might be different for you. I'm gonna stop talking. I'm just gonna be showing you what I want to show you. Okay, so first of all, click on menu, obviously, then click on system menu, and over here we have already a few informations, and you know, like over here we have like certain information that tells you how much XP you have already done, how much time you've been logged in, how much Kina you've spent, monster defeated and quest completed and all that. I've just closed one quest, so it already says, and if you click on that, it will give you a list of items you have acquired while being online, how much Abyss points I've done, how much glory points I've done. So again, if I click on that, I would turn off the game, log out, character, I don't think I have to talk about that. Cancel will obviously just close the window again. Let's go open option, because options is actually the place where the magic happens. So at options, I have certain options. So first of all, I got the option that I can hide my character name. I personally hate that if there is no name on my character, so but that's probably up to you. That's totally up to you. That you have to group member name. Group member name just means basically people in your group. Alliance, same thing, people in your alliance. NPC names are basically the ones, you know, chilling around here. Enemy PC names, friendly PC names are other players. Enemy PC names are, you know, Asmodeans or Elios, depending on what side you're playing on. What I usually do to avoid, like to just have less going on if it gets too much, is I usually, you know, turn those two off. Keep the NPC names, or no, I turn the NPC names off. Display monster name, display collection item, the rank, you can hide it, and Legion name, you can also hide it if you don't need it. So if you do that, it also, like if you are in Siege, you sometimes have, you know, just a lot of text going on, and if you use that option, it will be just names, just character names, either red ones for the upset fraction, or green one for Legion members, blue one for group members, or just white ones for the same fraction as you are. So this is one thing you can do if you are up for that. Usually if I'm playing active, I try to go for rank, because the title in Aion has no meaning whatsoever. Like, of course it has meaning, but for you as a player, like for me as a player, I don't give a crap if there's like strongest in Aion running around in front of me, because every single one has that title. So the title is basically useless. Like for me, it's useless. For him, obviously, he gets the benefits of the extra strats and all that, so it's definitely positive. But for me, to know that he has this title is kind of useless. So, but the ranking can be pretty important. Like if you're doing a certain quest, like I showed you the, you know, those hero trials earlier on. Maybe there is like a quest which tells you kill 10 generals or kill 10 officer with 5 stars or whatever, you know. So if you know the rank, that's always beneficial. Legion name, for me, I mean, since I've been playing on the server for a long time, I usually, like, I kind of know which Legion people are in, but I also find it kind of interesting because usually I can, you know, remember people by their Legion, not their name. Yeah, so that's up to you. That's like, if you want to do that, go ahead. I would say it's not that bad. So after doing that, obviously I got like soldier rank 9 because, you know, I just created a character and my stupid name I just came up with. After that, you got the status bar. So with here, you have already on your one, you can see, you know, the amount with numbers. And if I click on here, like right now, for example, it shows show HP and MP on bar. So if I click on that, it will be gone, you know. So same thing with the mobs and everything. I don't think it will work here though, because this actually works with higher mobs, but it's fine. I mean, you will not know how much they have, but you will like just see how much they have, so this can be helpful. I usually also use those options because I play main chanter, and for me it's just important to see how much HP my group or alliance member have, because I have to be able to, you know, heal them, like even cross heal. Cross heal is basically if you press L, you get the alliance window. You can, you know, take the groups, 6-man groups out, and I can, you know, just select the random people to even either resurrect them or to start healing them or whatever. Yeah. So just one at this point, one more thing. If you have if you press Shift L, you can open the league window to see which league you are on. So now let me continue. Um, this area is actually pretty interesting. I would definitely never use auto arrange window. Not because it's useless, it's just because for my taste it makes the whole game a bit too much in front of you. And I mean, it's already an MMORPG, so you will already have a lot of going on in the screen, and I don't need like an auto arrange window to, you know, do that for me. Fix compass on north, there is no benefit in that. I mean, it's up to you. If you like to know where north is, you can do that, then this map changes to north. But for me, I usually like the fact that I am, you know, able to kind of just move the map around depending on which way I'm looking. If I fix that, it's, you know, it will stay on the location. That probably helps some of you to navigate a bit better, but for me, this option is nothing much. Yeah. So cool time of skills, it's also something. If you want that, it's basically if I click on the cooldown of skills, if I click on that, and if I use the skill, let's say I have to go closer, let's say, I don't know why I'm having such a high ping right now. I usually never have this option. So it actually skills and options. So if I click on that, you know, I'm gonna do the same thing. It tells me a timer when, you know, the skill will be ready again. It can be really helpful. So you have a lot of things going on here. So this is probably a good option to go for, and, you know, to just basically read through it and just to kind of decide which one you're gonna go for. As next, I would love to want to show you, which is basically if I press N. If I press N, you'll see a map appears. So this map is basically a see-through map. There is a possibility to make the map like, a bit lighter, that I can't read it or see it anymore, but I can also increase the darkness and texture of the map to be able to see something. There is actually one more thing that many of you don't get, is basically if you press on if you open the same map with M, you have actually an option, sorry, to zoom in. So if I zoom into a certain place, like if I zoom in like that, because I think that this area, I need to keep in mind what is happening in here. And if I then press N, the map will automatically only show me this area. Now the map is kind of big, isn't it? So there is a possibility to actually resize that. It says UI size. So with that, what I usually do, because I have huge monitors over here, I usually try to go down to 70. That makes the whole thing a bit more realistic for me, because now I can I've got more space. I just got things going on, I can just do stuff basically. Okay, so what I usually do is I go ahead and, again, if you have this lock over here, if you click on that, you can't move those map and everything around, but if it's open, you can actually move the map to a different location, and you'll have the possibility. What I usually do, I try to keep it on the right side so I have enough space, because I need that place to play. You'll get that in few minutes why I need that place to play. And I usually try to move my map over there. Again, if I'm like if I'm like doing PvP, I sometimes even just like to do that, and then like that, so it just makes things easier to figure out which way I'm heading. So usually I'm kind of playing like that. So this is definitely a good option for you to go for. Now you also have the UI style, the user interface style. You can change that to bottom or the top. Default is actually bottom, which is right here. I actually changed that a while ago. I was playing like that for a long time. I don't know, I kind of had the feeling that this one was a bit better for me, but nowadays I just switched back again, so that's something which is up to you. So I don't know, I hope you understood what I just did there. With the bottom, this map comes down here, and my HP and everything is basically here, and with on the top, my HP goes up here, my target goes here, and my map moves from here to the right corner at the top. Okay. Yeah, so I was just saying here, 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 but I realized that you can't really see what is happening, which places it's going. But I hope you can see at the right top, the left top, you can see my HP, and at the right side you can see the map. So that's what I was talking about. Sorry, I have to keep drinking a bit because I'm talking too much. Okay, so I've actually changed it back to bottom, as you can see. So, my target went back to the top. My mini map, like small map, went to the right bottom, and my character went to the left bottom. Okay, so next thing, which can be important. So this is what I usually go for. I then click on action bars. So with action bars, you can open this one, which is like another bar. You can open this one and this one. So what I usually go for right now, and this is constantly changing, guys, and I'm not saying this is the right option or this is the best option. I'm just saying this is something which is working for me right now. So you can have it in a way you like you can even do it like that, or you can even have this one over here and this one over here and pretend like you're, I don't know, a devil or whatever. So that's totally up to you what you want to go for. So even if I'm like moving skills up here like that, I don't know, and if I'm like that, let's say, let me save and close this, then the skills will be flowing around in nowhere, and I won't be seeing the whole grid of it. So let me open that again. Let me move the skills back here. So what I usually go for is I usually click on this option and move this to that side and then save that basically. And this one, it depends on the class I'm playing. So sometimes I do it like that, and sometimes I just do it like that, depending on what I'm playing. And then I usually just go ahead and just put my skills in the way it helps me the most. But that's something you have to figure out. I wouldn't suggest that you click everything, because keep in mind that while playing active, like let's say you were doing the biggest world boss in the world, and you just try killing 50 people at once by yourself. um, Keep in mind that if you click all your skills, you will end up constantly looking down where your skill bar is, because you need to be able to see your skills, and then you need to be able to click on the skill. Same thing goes with if one skill is here. If I want to use this skill, for example, and then I want to use this skill, this is just time which is wasted, because I'm moving the mouse first to number 2 and then I'm moving it back to a different number. Of course, you might say, Philo, this is like millisecond. What's your problem? Well, think in that way. I know it's a millisecond, but if you do it 10 times, that's already 10 milliseconds. You know what I mean? Um, and especially in PvP and Aion right now, trust me, because I've been playing Aion for a long time, and I've played so many different games. I can definitely tell you that Aion right now, despite the fact that Aion has so many haters, and there's a certain reason for that, and there are a lot of players crying about Aion, and despite the fact that Aion is not that balanced PvP wise, it's still one of the best PvP games still out there, even after 10 years, and it's one of the fastest game. And this is one of the reasons why so many players are still playing it, and why so many players are all constantly coming back to Aion, is because of the speed in PvP. Speed is extremely important, and you can't really get the speed if you like clicking every single skill in the skill bar. Okay, so I'm not saying go ahead and get yourself a Black Widow Chroma keyboard and just keybind everything to the last skill. I'm telling you to find your own way. What I did, like even my skills aren't all key binded. Some of them are, some of them aren't. What I usually do, I also got like a Razer Naga mouse, and it has another 12 buttons. So I usually have all this line in my Naga, and I press those ones. I use the keyboard for. Well, I'm saying again, those ones you can't really see them. So um, 1 to 7 or something I use my keyboard for, and 9 0 and all that I use my mouse for. And then I've got my the second line. I usually go with Alt 1 to 12, and you know depending on, because I'm a chanter, with me is a bit different. I do have some active skills which I just click on once, so I keep them at C+2. So I just need to click on them once, and it stays active till I die. So that's a different case. So depending on your class, there are tons and millions of keybind tutorials. So that's something you should figure out. That's something you should go for. I can just strongly advise you. Keybinds are pretty amazing and pretty important. Okay, so we are at 50 minutes now, so I'm gonna try to hurry up a little bit. Again, after the action bars, what I usually do is I go to controls. I usually try to keep disable click to move. There is a reason for that. I mean, especially even with PvP, depending on your class, you just have, like, if you zoom out to the max, you just have the possibility to kind of click your way. I mean, the IPC is standing here, so this is really weird right now. But if I'm like, just clicking around the mob, and I'm, just walking around it, I'm able to keep constantly doing like auto attacks and all that. So this is one possibility. So, and also if I'm like lazy, if I'm like chilling in TeamSpeak or whatever, and I'm just doing one quest and I want to drink something, and my guild members are running already, I would just click on that and just run. I know that there are certain players, especially mages, no, not mages, especially gunners, I think it's are, that just don't like click to move, but that's something, it's self preference. If you like that, you should go for it. If you don't, just don't do that. Okay, so you also have the camera. You should probably keep that on normal or near, depending on how you like it. I usually well, I try to stay as distant as possible. There are also options to, well, I don't really want to say that because some of them are not that legal. I mean, there are definitely options to improve your camera settings, but check out the forum because some things are not allowed. So just keep that in mind and Google it yourself, because I'm not going to say anything about that. Let me continue. Again, system menu options, yeah. So after doing that, let me go to commands. With the commands, what I like to do is take out the profanity filter, decline viewing details. That's something which is up to you. If you don't have good gear and if you like doing PvP, then definitely click on the decline viewing details. Keep chat window active. That's up to you if you like to have the chat window active. Close chat window with click. I mean, you can read through those options down here. So I know, even though I said that I'm gonna go through the settings and give you a good user interface, but it's just that some options are useful, some are useless, but that just depends on your play style, on how well you want to be playing. Also the same thing with chat font size. If you want to have it big, if you want to have it small, normal, whatever you want to have, the option is there to set it up. Okay, so then after that I go to show group member damage. It's just something I like to see. Minion pets. So remember how I told you earlier on you can't see my minion? It's because I keep all this inactive, and the reason for that is, first of all, those minions, sorry to say that so harshly, but they annoy me so much. Not because of the way they look, but sometimes if I'm like just trying to weave my way around, they kind of annoy me. The thing is with the minions that they usually kind of like some of them are constantly doing noises, and that just hurts my ears a lot. That's why I try to keep that off, basically. Okay, so let me go with additional functions. Show pathfinder spirit in the city. Well, that's up to you if you want to do that. I don't need it, so let's leave that. You got the graphic information. I'm not really gonna go through the graphic information because I believe that's not really necessary right now, or it's not really the purpose of this video. One more thing I should probably let you know are the keybinds. You can find them here. So with the keybinds, I mean, it's kind of simple. I mean, I hope you know how to set up keybinds. It just tells you whatever what it is, and you can decide which key you want to allocate to that. What I usually go for, because of my Razer Naga, I try to get this skill in here and this skill in here, and then I'm able to, as you can see, I'm able to use those skills over here. Okay, so this is already done. Now what I like to do, I'm gonna press P. I'm gonna show my profile. I like to move it to the left side, and the reason for that is actually because since you have seen that there are certain options of gear what you're wearing, and there are certain options on on your playstyle, or if you're doing enough glory points or whatever, I just like to have this window available for me to click on it anytime I want. So that's the reason why I have it in here, and it also makes things even easier because I'm usually just wearing skins, so to just know which gear I'm using right now. Sorry. Okay, after that, let me go to the chat. So for the chat, before I'm gonna do anything else, I'm gonna be scrolling this chat a little bit down. I'm gonna be closing this, I'm gonna be deleting this normal chat. Combat, yeah, I'm gonna be deleting that. It's just way easier if I do it on my own, I guess. Delete. And the group chat, yeah, let's delete it. So it's simple. You can't delete the old chat, so it will stay there forever. What you can do is you can chat preference menu. You click on that. You can just lock the chat, or you can just reset the chat. It will be like it was just a minute ago. So how can we get more chats? First of all, you can add a tab in here, which I'm gonna be calling, since I'm an Elios, I'm gonna be calling Asmo. And this chat actually will let you know if there are people from the upset fraction close to you. So enemy attack, enemy attack skills, enemy buffs, and I mean those things you actually don't need that. Those three are actually enough. So if I click on that, I can just go ahead and just move it out and just do like that and just put it in here or in here, depending on wherever you want to put it. So this chat actually, whenever this gets active, it means that there are the upset fraction is close to you, and they're just chilling around, whatever. So especially with assassins, if they're like in hide, usually what they do before they attack you, they're in buff, they're buff themselves. So if they start buffing, it will be appearing in here, and then you can, go ahead straight away and, just try to get out of the situation, I guess. So now I'm gonna open chat. So for the chat window, I'm gonna click on chat. I'm not gonna be just selecting randomly chat. I'm gonna have chat, emotes, I don't need that. Shout, might be interesting. Incoming whisper, outgoing whisper. Friendly NPC, hostile NPC dialogues. I don't need that. That's totally nonsense, and that kinda annoys the shit out of you, to be honest, because if the NPC starts talking and you're standing close to an NPC who is constantly talking, it would just randomly spam your chat window. um, yeah, so this is basically the chat window. This is like my self chat basically, and since I know when I'm going in a group with someone, and like usually I just go in group with people I know, with friends or something. So, and if I'm with them, I'm usually in TeamSpeak. That's why I also select the group chat, because um, they won't be spanning the group chat that much. So if I'm getting a whisper, incoming and outgoing whisper, it's I can keep it in the same. Alliance chat, I keep that in that one too. League, sorry, I keep that sometimes in there too. Alerts, well, I don't like, that's something up to you. For me, it's not that important. Leak alert, it's probably a bit more important. And commander chat right now, because we have even three active commanders in the Legion, I think. So for me right now, that is also important. So I'm going to be selecting this too as well for now, just for the purpose of it. So just click on that and you'll have this window. Again, what you can do is take that, make it smaller or bigger or wherever you want to do, and just put it in the side. That's usually what I put my chat window. So it's just at the left corner top, and I'm able to just see if someone types something to me. As next, I'm gonna get LFG. LFG is basically the world chat. For LFG, you just need to make another thing. You click on channels, and that's it. Because with that, you have like a whole channel only for the red one. So because LFG, what they do is actually they use, let me actually go to the options, tab options. For LFG, they usually use channel 3, which is this one. And that's why I just go for the whole thing. And I mean, this one is included. Usually nobody really uses those other channels, but the option is there if someone would use it. So that's that. I put it in here. And for combat, like if I'm doing PvE at boss or whatever, to just see if I'm weaving or whatever, or how much damage I'm doing, I also have the, I don't know, let me just call it PvE. Yeah, I'm just gonna call it PvE, I don't know. So for that one, you actually have to go to combat, self, and then you click on my attack, my critical strike, and my attack skill. I mean, you can take my buff if you want, And now really important, especially if you're melee class, if you want to do like learn weaving, or if you're interested in weaving. Again, there are tons of videos on that. Just type in YouTube weaving for a gladiator, for example, and it will tell you what exactly it is. So what I usually go for is I try to have like a really insane color for that, like that, for example. I mean, this color is not allocated to anything else, so I'm gonna be using this color. And now what will happen, I'm gonna be taking that out. For now I'm going to be putting it in here, but I'm definitely going to be making it smaller. So if I'm let me use my weapon again. If I'm now clicking on attacking those, you can see that every time I do an auto hit, like auto attack, it will appear on my window. And the reason why I made the color some random color in here is because so I'm able to kind of notice whenever I do an auto attack. So for all the other skills, by critical and everything, it will be a different color. And it's just only for auto attack I'll see that. So now you can probably hear already my voice is kind of leaving because I've been streaming, I've been recording videos today a lot. That's why I have to hurry a little bit because my voice is gonna be gone soon. I'm gonna be moving this one a bit to the side. What I usually like to do is I like to put that one, make that smaller. I like to move it to here because I just kind of, I mean, my OCDC issues. I I usually just like to have everything in their place, basically, you know. So this is basically, I don't need that. I'm gonna keep that for now. I don't need that bullshit. Well, yeah. So now this would be a good user interface I could work with. Yeah, I'm definitely happy. I mean, the options are there. If there is anything else you want to pop in, if you want to, put there, if you want to, use or whatever, the options are obviously there. If you want to have more quests or whatever on the screen, but I think that this is something really good you can work with. Probably make this a bit smaller, just put it more to the side, I guess. So you will be able to notice and yeah, you have probably, I mean, you will probably see, like, if you take somewhat in the target, you also see, the distance you're standing from, and you will have all your buffs at the top here, at the left corner at the top. So, yeah, I think this looks really decent. I know for you guys, you're seeing my Twitch name in the center, you're seeing my follower goals, and the graphics member icon you can receive if you're subscribed to me. And also you have a small drawing which was actually created yesterday from someone really special. It's basically a drawing kinda from me. It looks really good. Yeah, so this is basically like those things you wouldn't be seeing on your screen probably, but everything else I hope that kind of helps you out a bit, I guess. If you have more questions, if there's anything you want to know, I know, I mean, lots of you Germans want me to make German videos, but right now, because many of my viewers are also only speaking English, and also I know a lot of people who play on NA servers watch my videos. That's the reason why I'm only doing English right now. But again, since I know many languages, if you have any questions, just put them in the comment box, and I'll try my best to reply to you as soon as possible. Now, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for your time. Sorry for the long video. I'll try my best to put in time codes for certain situations. If you're still watching this video, thank you very much for that. I hope you want to help me with the time codes a little bit. That would improve the whole thing a bit, I guess. Yeah, other than that, I would appreciate if you just hop over to Twitch to leave me a follow if you're feeling like that, and even if you're feeling a bit more awesome, just leave me a subscribe or whatever. Really up to you. Like this video, hate this video, comment on it, do whatever you like, but have fun in Aion. Take care, see you soon.